Welcome to the Green Existing Schools web training series hosted by the Center for Green Schools. This module will help you begin planning a green groundskeeping program for your school or school district. Rethinking your groundskeeping program can reduce harmful effects on the environment from the use of fertilizers, snow removal practices, maintenance equipment, pest control efforts, and more. Although groundskeeping is limited to the outdoors, it affects more than the building site. It impacts the school's indoor air quality and the environment and habitats that surround the campus. As a result, components of a good program address not only landscaping and pest management, but irrigation, erosion control, and runoff. The main goals of a green groundskeeping program are to reduce chemical use, conserve energy, curtail water waste, and eliminate pollution and contamination through runoff. Now we will walk through the program planning and implementation steps to help you develop a successful green groundskeeping program. Before you begin to develop your program, assemble a working group that includes facilities management, procurement specialists, and custodial and ground staff. The working group should first assess groundskeeping policies and practices at your schools to benchmark current conditions. These assessments and stakeholder interviews should focus on site conditions and maintenance practices. Using the data gathered during the planning and assessment stage, your team can now develop an action plan for moving forward, including at which schools to pilot each of the program strategies. The first step in developing a groundskeeping program is analyzing data from your initial assessments and audits to understand current conditions. Next, establish realistic and measurable goals for each groundskeeping practice area implemented. Consider goals that can be effectively evaluated at the close of the pilot. Comprehensive groundskeeping plan should include implementation strategies and goals in the 7 practice areas: exterior management, integrated pest management, erosion and sedimentation control, equipment and product selection, waste management, landscaping design and irrigation, and managing stormwater. Next, we'll review a few ways a school can address each of these elements. The program might require low-impact and biodegradable cleaning products in order to reduce toxic chemical runoff into the sewer system. A best practice for green landscaping is to replace fossil fuel-powered maintenance equipment with low-impact alternatives, such as hand rakes or natural gas-powered mowers. A disposal plan for equipment and products containing chemicals is also helpful. For snow removal strategies, the program could focus on prevention and also require that de-icing products contain less toxic chemicals. The program should also include an outdoor integrated pest management, or IPM policy, that focuses on preventing pests and cuts down on the use of pesticides in the schoolyard. Ensure that the school has a pest contractor regularly scheduled to conduct inspections. The plan can set requirements for pesticide products, such as a requirement to meet San Francisco's Tier 3 pesticide rating. Proper landscape design and plant selection can be outlined to reduce the need for permanent irrigation systems. If site irrigation is needed, consider capturing rainwater and storing it in cisterns for makeup water use. Effective stormwater management strategies will reduce runoff from your site and thus reduce the amount of pollutants contaminating natural water sources. In addition, capturing or diverting stormwater can minimize flooding. A key component to a good groundskeeping program is proper training that considers seasonal changes, staff transitions, and your program goals. Training schedules can be created for facilities personnel and custodial and ground staff and included in the plan. As part of your pilot program, track the sustainable groundskeeping purchases and vendor work orders. Consider using USGBC's complementary tracking spreadsheet to help staff monitor efforts. Before expanding your program to more schools, interview stakeholders and evaluate the effectiveness of your new groundskeeping strategies. And after your successful pilot program, your team will want to broaden the reach and expand to more sites. Before embarking on this effort, solicit feedback from additional stakeholders. You will also want to develop a process to track progress and measure each strategy's effectiveness. Now that you have an outline to help you develop a sustainable groundskeeping program, the next step is to gather more in-depth information, including sample policies, practices, and plans. You might also seek support from colleagues who have implemented similar programs in their schools or districts. As a complement to this introduction, there are more in-depth resources, such as the Green Existing Schools Project Management Guide, available for download at the centerforgreenschools.org/resources. The Center for Green Schools at USGBC has also assembled a network to help answer any questions you might have while acting on this information you've learned today. Please send questions to the email address shown here, and we will connect you with peers who can assist you in finding the answers. Thank you for listening today, and best of luck with your green groundskeeping efforts.